Todd Boehly at it again. Deadline day comes. Enzo Fernandez was the primary target for Chelsea, and they get it done the last day. Absolutely insane. Now, under his regiment, these few months now, over 500 million in spendings, broken the Premier League single transfer fee now with Enzo Fernandez, and it's very awkward for a lot of other Premier League teams watching this happen. American owner comes in and he is spending like a madman right now. As many say, a drunk person at a casino, just throwing all the money on roulette, said give me a mil on black, and he's cashing out as it looks like. And honestly, many owners have to take in consideration that this man has just absolutely finessed financial fair play. Because you might be looking at this and be, how is he managing to stay within the financial fair play regulations? Well, it's a simple fact. Let's use Enzo Fernandez as an example. 40 million up front, right? Because he is paying the transfer clause fee, but he's not activating the transfer clause because he wants to pay it in installments in order to fall within the financial fair play rules, because there's a certain amount of money you cannot spend, and the way he's doing this is he's giving these players a immensely long contract, and he's paying these fees immensely long installments, 6 installments, and straight away he has to pay 40 million to Benfica. And it's crazy because, River Plate's getting like 43 million. Like, it's a crazy amount of money they're getting. They didn't even know what to do with that money. They were praying that Benfica accepted the bid. And, it is 120, but you're taking out over 40 million. So what? They get 80 million off that transfer fee. So it's still a lot of money, but not as much as you would think, considering that River Plate gets the little piece of the pie. But if you really think about it, they spent like 10-20 million on Enzo Fernandez like a year ago from River Plate, and they flipped them for the Premier League record because Mans was on the World Cup team that won it. And fair play, he did have a nice little World Cup, but he isn't gonna be the best Premier League player of all time, because with that little price tag that he has on his head, yeah, that's what he has to be, in my opinion. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are going to be like, well, how are you throwing that expectation on him? Well, he's the most expensive Premier League player of all time if you consider the fact that he is 120 million. His clause was inactivated. I know it's installments, but my man's is 120 million. That's the only reason why Benfica accepted, because it's in installments. Now, Todd Boehly was at first criticized immensely by Chelsea fans, saying, how have you came into my club and now we're 9th place, and now he's being glorified after, this reckoning that he's just put onto the Premier League spending. Got himself, 14, 15 players since he's arrived have joined the club. That is a lot of players. And this man really said, you know what? I'm going to take out all the players that my guys think, because I'm sure he doesn't really know much about football, but he's probably got some experts in there saying who should get out, who should stay in, who should I buy. All right, how are we going to break this little rule without getting any punishments? Boom, boom, installments, massive contracts. I avoided all of that, and now he's got basically a new little career mode with financial takeover. That's what he did. He got Chelsea on career mode. He's put financial takeover. He's got 300, 400 million, and he spent all of that in his first little 6 months, and he's got a new starting 11, his dream starting 11. My man's knocked on Atletico Madrid's door when they were having problems because, Joao Felix and Diego Simeone were having relationship problems. It's like when your friends over here are dating and they're having problems, and, the rich man from Beverly Hills comes in and he's like, you know what, I'll take you for 6 months, a nice little, fling that we're about to have this summer. And he's taking him, and he said, you know what, if he's not there anymore, I'll throw you back if your parents want you. But that's basically what's going on over there with Joao Felix and Chelsea. And then he's gone to PSV, and he's taken in, a very talented winger that's young, from England. I think it's like Madueke, something like that. But this lad apparently is very fast, very young. And then you got Mudryk that he steals from Arsenal, that the lad has scored 9 goals in 4 years, but nobody's talking about that. But he ends up getting 100 million transfer fee. So Now he's got 120 on a central midfielder. He's got 100 million on the left winger. He's got 45 million to 40 million on the right winger. He's got Joao Felix on loan. If he wants to buy him, imagine the fee that he's going to give Atletico. That's going to be around 120, 30 million, because Joao Felix, in my eyes, is better than Enzo Fernandez and Mudryk. So he's going to be a hell of a fee if they really want to sign him, but the loan has no obligation to buy. Now, you check in the back. My man signed like 3-4 players. I mean, I've lost count how many players this man, Todd Boehly, has signed. He did not. It's crazy because, in the baseball world, my man's is also doing the same thing, getting Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and now he comes to the Premier League, and he not only said, oh, the Super League's going to be like that, you know what, screw it, let's make the Premier League the Super League, and he started buying whoever he wants. It's absolutely madness, and to be honest, this guy has to be punished some way or another by financial fair play rules, because there's no way he's not breaking any rules. There's no way. I mean, I understand he's bending them, not breaking them, but there's got to be some way to take him down. He's got to be banned for Champions League. But I mean, the players basically banned him for the next year because these lads are ninth. No chance they get top 4. But the thing is about this is Todd Boehly has basically put every owner on watch. And you would have thought Newcastle would have done this, but Todd Boehly has came in, got clowned by his own fans, and absolutely shocked them. And now they're confident that they're going to win the quadruple next year. Newcastle owners are probably like, huh? You can spend all this money? They're about to get the oil filters emptied, get all that money, and throw it at Mbappe, throw it at Haaland, throw it at Vinicius, throw it at everyone. And they're going to have the best starting 11 in the world. They're going to look at the best starting 11 from the year-round, where we see Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, Messi, all those. And Newcastle's just going to say, we're going to buy at least 5 of you, and we're going to have the best XI in the world. That's what it's looking like at this point, because Todd Boehly's absolutely exposed Uefa. But anyways, Enzo Fernandez, it's a pretty hefty price tag. And 120 million, you've got the pressure being the best Premier League player in history. Do I think he's going to flop? I don't think he's going to completely flop, but I don't think he's going to meet expectations, not even an expectation that Chelsea fans have. I believe the first season could be rough, but looking forward to it, I believe he will adapt eventually. He seems, he went from River Plate to Benfica, and he went from being a £10 million player to a £120 million player. So I'm sure he can show some quality in the Premier League if you can do that. And Benfica have been known to providing many, many talents throughout the years. They are also one of the clubs in the world that produce tons of talent. They buy 10 million, sell for 120. They had Di Maria. They've got tons of players. You understand that they brought out, Darwin Nunez is one that's very recent. So you would think it's just going to take time to develop. I believe this season is going to be a year for Chelsea fans to throw away. Forget about it. Next year, I believe they're going to have no European football, and they're just going to challenge for the league and possibly even win it. I believe somewhat of what Arsenal's doing this year. Maybe they won't be leading straight away, but they will definitely push City or Arsenal or United, whoever is challenging for the league next year. It's going to be very crazy to see how the Premier League looks, let's say, in October, because we've got City is going to be there. I understand they're kind of falling a little bit with the whole Joao Felix or the Joao Cancelo thing. Arsenal is up and coming. Chelsea, obviously, with all these transfers, is up and coming. Liverpool, they have all their eggs in the basket for Jude Bellingham. Tottenham, I could see them falling off. Newcastle is a team to watch, obviously, with all the funds they have. They're looking at this and they're being like, how can we do the same thing? And then Man United, you have to admit, they are on the rise. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the season unfolds next year, with the summer transfer window that occurs. But I really do believe what Todd Boehly has done has really hurt the market. And I also believe what United did hurt the market. And now Chelsea has hurt the market, so it's my responsibility to continue to show the same energy. So Chelsea, you are ruining the market. Todd Boehly, you are ruining the financial fair play rules. And So I believe, Todd Boehly should be given a ban or something. You understand? Some sort of punishment. He should not be getting out of here scot-free. But anyways, leave a comment down below what you think about the Enzo Fernandez transfer deal, if Todd Boehly's ruining football, and, thoughts on the Premier League, looking at it in the future perspective, in October. How do you think things are going to shape up? And will we have a top six, little problem there with Tottenham and Newcastle? But anyways, please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and thank you guys for watching.